just had a squall. We just got that in time.
Got the head sail all the way in.
What has happened here, mate?
And I was just a boy sitting on these stones, thinking of things that I don't really know. But I don't want to slip into these colors, oh, just to live in the real world.
We took you away last week to the middle of the Atlantic Ocean with us as we reached the halfway mark. We've been at sea for 7 days and we'd covered 1,386 nautical miles, which is an average of about 200 nautical miles a day. We had some good winds. We also landed our first fish. I cannot believe that just happened.
Working every day since the day.
I'm reading this book. It's called Braiding Sweetgrass. It's about this Indian lady who studies plants, and it's kind of like she's celebrating the relationship between plants and humans and how we kind of need each other and like this give and take kind of thing, which is funny that my hair and the fish incident happened. Yeah, it's just funny that I was reading this book and I was like, you know, giving something out to the ocean, not that the ocean really needs hair, but it was, I think, more the idea, and then we got a fish. So, but anyway, it's a really beautiful book about plants and stuff. Braiding Sweetgrass. Highly recommend it. What has happened here, mate?
Just listen to Ray Charles spilling my wine everywhere.
Took his first sip for the day, and this is the result.
I think we just hooked a marlin.
Good work. Your dad would be very disappointed in you.
That wasn't my finest moment.
It's on your nose. I should be a lot madder at you.
I think we should be concentrating on what I saved. That's what I think. No, sorry about that. Ran to get the camera and yours wound up in the sink.
Exactly, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm an idiot too.
Oh, I'm very relieved.
What a waste of wine.
Yeah.
Well, actually, mine wouldn't have happened unless yours happened, so this is still all your fault. This is Riley's last white clean shirt, so I decided we need to make it socially acceptable to wear, because I don't think I can get this out with bleach.
It doesn't smell like a brewery, which I thought it would. It's a bit pink.
It's a bit pink, yeah.
Don't know if I should be running the ponytail.
I know, I was just thinking that. That's a real summery look you got there.
It's a bit pink, Elayna.
You'll be right.
Well, the starboard engine is vibrating like a lot, so we think there's something caught on the prop. But can you put it in forwards and gun it? Whoa, 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 whoa. Not gun it, just go 2-4, 2-5. Alright, now neutral. So I can hear this whine. I'm pretty sure it's to do with the prop. Put it in reverse. Then neutral. Turn it off.
I'm just going to stick the GoPro in the water to see if I can hold it still enough so that we can have a look and see if something's caught around the prop, because there's water in the bilge, a little bit more than usual, nothing to worry about, but I'm a little bit concerned.
So from the GoPro footage that Elayna took before, you can see that it's all but shut. Like, I guess it could go just a little bit closer, but I'll have to have a muck around with it. I'm not gonna. We could turn around into it and I could dive in and snap it shut, but I don't think it's too big of an issue. And the water ingress that concerned us when we first opened, I just turned off the bilge, and there's this much water in there, which that's also not an issue. Gracias de nada.
Okay, so the vibrating propeller shaft. Earlier that morning we'd hooked a marlin, an event that you'd think we would be crazy not to film, but that's a perfect example of the things that we miss when there's just the two of us out here. In the process of pulling down the sails, trying to reverse up on it, and a marlin doing circles around the boat, the line must have gotten tangled around our prop, which I had thought about earlier but dismissed. There was nothing more that we should attempt whilst out here, but that would be a job for the future in calm water.
I'm just putting new line on, so if and when we do get the big fish, I'll be able to snaffle him.
Not supposed to do that.
Feeling the change, just don't know how. But I hit rock
I think that people will probably be confused because I've been doing stuff like winding fishing rods in and mucking around with the Watton Sea, and if it feels okay, I've been doing stuff. I've been, like I said before, if I feel like I can do this, I've really only been doing this much. But then there's been times when it's been quite painful, like last night, Elayna.
Yeah.
He had to like put me in bed. And I was lying down and I couldn't get comfortable, and then I had to stand up again, and all we wanted to do was watch True Detective, and it was too hard. So, and that's the sort of stuff that you're never going to get on film. Yeah, I guess I'm explaining the other side of it, because you guys are going to see me winding in fishing reels and doing that sort of stuff. There's also the other side of it, which we haven't been filming, which is why we're still pretty concerned. So yeah. That's the situation at the moment.
300 nautical miles from the Caribbean, and my coconut oil has finally started to melt, which means it is getting warm, my friends. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Do that again. That's
We're
like
starting to lose
that's
our
like
marbles.
the plant off Jumanji. Yeah, open and close it. Do you remember that scene?
It is high time we got back to land.
I agree.
We are going to drop the main and put out just the head sail and head directly downwind. That is because the swell has built to probably, they're saying 3.5, and then in the middle of the night about 4 metres, which isn't huge, but we're just getting enough forwards momentum with just the swell that heading off on an angle and getting it on a corner and rounding up all the time and doing stuff like that, we're doing between 8 and 10.5 just heading directly downwind. So we're just going to do that for the next probably couple of days. Also, in the middle of the night, it blows up from 20 to 25. And yeah, we're just going to take it really, not slow, but conservative.
Yeah. day from arriving to Antigua. Yeah, can't believe we've been out at sea for so long. Like, the days have just gone so quick.
Apologies if it appears as if I'm being a little inattentive. I've got one eye on the instruments here.
Yeah, we just had a squall come over and this wave got us side on. It's the first time this has happened and the whole wave splashed over the side of the boat and like we heeled over quite a bit.
It like kicked the back end of the boat
Yeah,
around.
it wasn't like a dangerous wave, but it was big and it was loud and things went flying.
I don't know, some of you will definitely know when Admiral Akbar yells out, "It's a trap!" And I yell that out when there's a squall. There's a squall! And Elayna doesn't think it's very fun.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, so. But anyway, haven't seen any sea life on this trip, which is pretty unfortunate, but kind of understandable given the wave size. Like, it'd be pretty hard to spot some dolphin fins or a whale fin in this swell. But I would have really loved to see a big pod of dolphins or a turtle or something. We did get that mahi-mahi, which was the only sea life that we've seen. But yeah, I just started to see birds. I heard there was a bird chirping outside this morning, which was nice to go out and have a look. So there is signs of land, I would say. I haven't smelt land yet. I reckon I'll keep my nostrils open.
I can smell it.
No, you can't.
I can smell it from 1,000 miles away. I'm just amazed at how comfortable it is in... Today they're saying, it's not at the moment, but it says on the weather report 4 to 4.2 metre waves, and it's just easy.
Yeah.
Cruising along. Under-reeved, eating the squalls up.
Really?
Yeah, over here.
Just when I said there was no sea life. Oh! Just as I said, I was sad to have not seen any real sea life. We just had 2 whales come and visit the boat, but they were pretty shy. We didn't really get to see them much or identify them, but they cruised around the bow of the boat for a little while, and yeah, that was exciting. Alright, yeah, well I might say goodbye, but honestly, thank you so much for arranging all that. I don't know how we could have, yeah, couldn't have done it without you, mate.
Thanks, mate. Thank you very much.
Alright, chat soon. Bye. So that was our friend from Australia, and he's been organising for a specialist to meet us when we arrive in Antigua, which is...
He's been talking to the yacht services girl
Yeah,
there.
yeah, there's a lady at Yacht Services who's teed it up, so all we have to do when we get there is call the lady. She's going to take us to help.
Thanks,
and,
Davey.
We're going to see straight away if Riley's spine is a bit messed up. And I was going to say, it's hard for us to... it's hard for us to capture this on film, but basically for the past 2 weeks we've been at sea. Well, since the accident, there's not a day that we don't sit down and kind of go down each outcome. Like if his neck is damaged, if it's not, if he needs surgery, what are we going to do? You know, the boat's in the Caribbean. If we can't sail, we'll have to get someone to sail it out of the hurricane belt. Like, we've just been going through all these different scenarios in our head, and it's really hard for us to get that on film. It hasn't really left our mind, but anyway, it's good to know that there is help waiting. Whoa! Oh, we just had a squall and we had to run outside. We just got that in time.
Got the head sail all the way in before we got drenched.
What did it get up to?
32.
Dinner's on its way, and it's our last sunset.
It's a windy old night. Just getting the sunset before dinner.
The wind's just starting to pick up, and I just checked on the radar, and you can see here, this is all rain, so we're just going to cop the right hand side of this squall, I guess. Here it is. It's got to 26.
It's a squall!
The roof is leaking. That's where we stuck the sat phone antenna out, so I can't exactly shut that. And everything drips on my stove, and then I gotta dry it before I can use it. It's the last night I'm allowed to whinge.
I like it when your boat got used wrong. It gets out of kills.
There are my clothes I was hoping to dry.
Oh
Add that one to the list.
boy. Go to bed.
I can't. I can't sleep.
Oh, I can't sleep, really.
I can't sleep because the donkey slaps are so hardcore right now that every time you're just about to sleep, you get a whack right on the bottom, and it sounds like
you on the bottom.
it sounds like a gunshot.
We're nearly there.
Although I joke about the not sleeping thing as if it's kind of funny, but like after 14 days at sea and only getting 2 hours sleep a night if I'm lucky, it adds up, and like it's so hard on my brain. Like I've been getting headaches this whole time, and I haven't slept a wink at all for the past 24 hours, and I'm running just so on nothing, I've got no energy, my brain is freaking hurting, and I'm having a meltdown, and we're only I don't even know how far away we are, I can't even think.
25 miles or something. And yeah, I can certainly bet, I know you haven't slept in the last 24 hours, I've seen you.
Other crossings haven't been this bad, but the no sleep just keeps getting worse and worse out here. Like I just can't sleep.
You've been getting worse as the years go on with sleeping.
Yeah.
You know what's happened?
I spilled something on the floor. Oatmeal everywhere.
Sucros persona. Necesito tranquilo.
I made you laugh, didn't I? I changed the words to Sugar Man by Rodriguez to our really basic Spanish that we know.
Necesito tranquilo.
It really made me laugh. Thank you. Next week, we arrive in gorgeous Antigua, so be sure to join us as we finally get some answers.